Hi there. We made it. Yes. My name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks,
And howdy there, this is James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James.
and tonight I'm going to talk about ambition, love, or both. What's possible? And you may be surprised, or you may not be surprised, but I'm going to be surprised because I'm not really sure what I'm going to say. But before I go on with what I'm not sure that I'm going to say, I'd like to introduce you to Sweet Baby James, who's going to introduce our show.
Well, you have come to Granny Rocks, and if you're wondering what she's going to say, don't be surprised. She'll have plenty to say, trust me. And we'll have the opportunity to experience her wit, her wisdom, and her very uncommon sense. And we get to do this every Monday and Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. So thanks for joining us, and stay tuned. So over to you, Granny.
Okay, thank you. So don't forget to, James, to refresh that page. So we are always looking for your comments, and that's why we refresh the page, and then the comments come in. So
Her wisdom and her very uncommon sense.
okay, James has to turn off the, we'll get this straight once, but even though we have many, many technical glitches all the time, you are in the right place. Especially if you have technical glitches too, or any other kind
really?
of glitches.
Computer woes.
Oh my God. So, ambition, love. All right. So, the first thing is I want to tell you something really, really significant.
Mm-hmm.
Where is she? Could you please?
The puppy.
Oh, the puppy. Yes.
She's right behind us.
Okay. Can
want
you
us to
bring
it up?
Yes.
Bring her up.
So, if you want to know what I mean by love, here it is. The symbol of love right now. My mother wouldn't think of that as the symbol of love. She thought that animals were dirty, but she actually.
Look at that, licking your face.
She's Evie.
loving on
Everybody
you.
in our audience, this is Evie. She's our new puppy. She's 8.5 weeks old, and we love her. So I want to tell you that this little creature is changing me. Now, you may wonder why I'm talking about something as frivolous as ambition, love, or both when we're in the midst of a pandemic and people are dying and they're losing their homes and their incomes and all of that. And and I can understand those concerns, but our human concerns are other. There's the other one. This is James' baby, Lily, who is 12 years old.
She's a senior.
She is. And James, we already have comments.
Yes.
So, yes.
Elizabeth says hi there and sends a love.
Hello, Elizabeth.
And Jose says, God bless you so much.
Oh.
Really like it.
Oh, thank you.
I couldn't see it all there.
Okay.
I really like all your advices.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
We'll wait till you hear these and we'll see if you like them.
I agree with you.
Thank you. And it looked like there was some more, James.
Yes.
Yes.
Luann waves hi. Hello, Luann.
Yes.
Yassine has just joined.
Okay. Island has a comment. James, back.
Judith.
You skipped Island. I don't know what happened. He'll get the rest of the comments.
See, every now and then they pop a new comment on us.
Yeah.
And then we can't see what's underneath it.
Okay, let's keep
So they won't
going.
let me move unless I open up the new comment.
Okay.
Oh, Todd says hi there.
Hi there, Todd.
And Judy says, oh, love your new baby.
Oh,
Nothing like a new puppy.
That's
She's
right.
sending love.
And I could swear there was a comment from Island, but it seems to have disappeared.
Well,
anyway, so
and Karen says, oh, what a sweetheart.
Oh.
And Island says, I love her.
All right. See.
So do we.
See. And it looks like there's some more comments, James.
Oh, and Judith says, hey, y'all. Is it supposed to be snowing in May? Well, it is here in West Virginia.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
no.
my God.
Oh, no, it's not some. We had thunderstorms, but no snow. Please go down.
I know. Elizabeth shared the stream, by the way.
Oh. And
we've seen these.
Okay, great.
I think that's it.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, it's wonderful to see all these people already. So what I want to talk about, is yes, I was saying you may think it's a little frivolous to talk about ambition and love when everybody is suffering, and some people are, well, we are too. I mean, our income is like, ugh. But, the human concerns like ambition and love continue even if there's a pandemic. It's just on top of that, we have everything else, right? So it doesn't make life any easier. It's just like we have this on top of this on top of this. So now I want to start with how this puppy has already changed me and what it has to do with ambition. And can you have both? And should I give you a sneak preview as to my answer?
Should you?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think so. And I'll explain what I mean.
You don't think that we can have both?
No, I don't. Because I think that once you have ambition, it just kind of wipes out the love. I do. I do. So Evie, that's her name, has arrived. She arrived on Friday, and we're in love, and we can't get anything done. That's why we were late today. I mean, it's like, oh my God, she just decided to poop in the living room just at the last minute, And you have to watch her every second. And we refuse to put her in a crate, which I know we should, and we've been told that we should, but we're just not going to do it because we're not those kinds of people, even though we should be. But anyway, I feel so happy and fulfilled. I don't know, maybe it's because I never had children. Now, I have had other dogs, and I've had other dogs that I was very, very close to, but I'm smitten again. I'm 75 years old, and I'm like a new mother, right?
Yes,
Except that
you
I'm
are.
creaking. My back hurts, my body hurts. I'm tired, I'm exhausted.
How are you going to keep up with the baby?
Really, I can't keep up with the baby. Okay, James.
Yassine says, hello, nice to meet you again. I will listen to you. And then it says Seymour, and she sends lots of hearts.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Thank
hearts
you.
And namaste,
Thank you so much.
roses.
Namaste to you.
And another message from in Arabic.
Okay, but
So
we
we'll
will
have to
be able to
translate.
reply to that afterwards because then Facebook will translate. So thank you already for all these wonderful comments and all the love that we're already getting. See? So what happened was I noticed today that all my ambition just, I didn't have any. Now maybe it's because I'm old, or maybe it's because I'm addled, or whatever it is. But I think it's because I felt fulfilled in my heart. And I didn't have the need to prove something. I wasn't looking to prove something about myself because whenever I am trying to prove something about myself, I'm really trying to get love anyway. I want people to love me, to admire me, to listen to me, whatever. So I got the puppy, and she's already, she cares about me, and I care about her, and I feel the connection, and I also feel it with sweet baby James. And so, what am I looking for? What is it out there that I really need, Now, I do understand about the need to work. Part of that is I gotta eat, right? So most of us are working, and we are working way too hard, right? But working also is a way of self-expression, and it's self-love, and we need to do it, although some people are just slaves and they're working endlessly for terrible wages in terrible conditions, and they're not getting very much fulfillment, and they're doing not so great work. So I feel for them too. And a lot of you don't have any love, and I'm going to say that out loud because there are people out there who don't get any love, and that's terrible. I mean, some children don't get love from their parents. Parents don't get love from each other. Friends who are not really friends are not really loving each other. But when you actually have that pure love, something inside just relaxes, because whatever is driving that need to be ambitious goes away, because the deepest part of you is being fulfilled. And it looks like we're getting more comments in Arabic that we cannot understand.
But we'll translate later.
Yes. And so I noticed so many things that seemed important to me 3 days ago don't seem important now because I'm getting what I need. And you see, fulfilling our needs, that's the answer to ambition. Now, I want to tell you that a higher consciousness than my own told me years ago that ambition is anything you put before your own needs. So I always thought it was wonderful to put things before your own needs, like, oh, saving the planet, helping others, all of that was important. And so I never thought about my own needs. I thought that if I didn't take care of my needs, that I was a really great person. But actually, I wasn't a really great person. I was just a really neurotic person. I didn't say that. I didn't say that
and
about
a really
you.
hungry person.
I didn't say that about you. I said that about myself. And so, what does that mean? Putting, it's whatever you put before your own needs. It means that there's a disconnect between ourselves and our needs, and we are trying, usually, to prove something about ourselves. You see, and that's what makes us ambitious. We're trying to achieve something. Now, can it be confusing? I suppose it can. Let's say you're in the middle of the pandemic and you're trying to find a vaccine for the coronavirus. And you can say, and you're working day and night and day and night and day and night, and you're trying to save people and all of that. You say, well, isn't that out of love? Well, that's a very good question. Is it out of love, or is there some edge in there? I'm just asking you, because I can speak only for myself, that there's something in me that's trying to prove that I am a really good person. So I am putting that before my own needs.
We have a question for you from Judy.
Yes.
She says, Granny, what is your opinion about someone who tells you that they love you but never shows love? Just words.
I would say that they don't love you. I know there's a lot of people who would say, oh, well, in their heart, they really love you. But love is an action verb. And if you're not receiving love, it's not coming across to you, it may not be there. It may be that in their self-concept, they want to think of themselves as a loving person. Or maybe they want to love you, or they want to get love, but they just don't know how, which is kind of sad. But you see, again, this kind of comes back to a prove it thing. I want to prove that I am a loving person. So I tell you that I'm loving, or that I behave in a way that is going to make you think I'm loving. Maybe they're even doing all these things that are externally loving, but you don't feel it. Well, either you're blocked, which could happen. Okay, maybe you just can't receive love. Or, which is also sad, or it's just not there. Then they have another agenda. See, the moment that there is an agenda, then there's no love. I mean, love is an experience, an energy, and it has no agenda. It just is. It's a feeling that you have. And I was so mind blown by the way that I felt today with this puppy that I really needed to share this with you. So people say, well, what about I'm going to work and I'm ambitious because I want to make money to take care of my family? Am I not doing that out of love? Maybe, maybe not. If you're actually not engaged with the people, I'm not sure that that's love. That could just be, again, a charade or a charade, as I would say, from where I come from, where you're making it look like you're a loving person because that's how you want to look to yourself, to other people. So much of love has been tainted by the desire to prove something. I am going to prove that I am the best mother, or the best husband and provider, or the best wife, or the best something or other. And so then you're using the other person to prove that.
We have a couple of comments here.
Oh, excellent.
Ilan says, I agree. Just saying it does not necessarily mean love.
That's right.
And from Joanna
Boa
from
noite.
Brazil.
Boa noite, sou do Brasil. So Joanna is saying, good evening, I am from Brazil. Because I know a little bit of Portuguese. Boa noite, Joanna.
Yeah. Yes. And she said lots of flowers.
Okay, excellent. Estou contenta verle. Something like that. Anyway,
Eileen had something to add.
Okay.
Not necessarily mean love. And then she says, or there is another agenda.
That is right. There is another agenda.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for instance, when a parent says, oh, I want you to become a doctor because I love you and I want you to be happy, and you really just want to be a carpenter, that is not love. Because love means you have to take in who the other person is, and you have to love who they are. You see what I mean? You've got to love who they are. And so many of us don't do that. Now, ambition is, oh, this is going to be an extreme statement, and some people are going to say, oh no. Ambition is like a disease. You know, it eats at you from the inside. It makes you do things. It makes you run off and try to succeed and try to impress, and you're not loving the people you're working with because you're trying to impress them. You're not loving your work because you're trying to prove something about yourself or get ahead, you know, get on top. You're not loving the people around you because you don't have the space to care about others because you are in the grip of this disease.
I'd like to share that from my own experience, I have been a very ambitious person. And as I've seen, the ambition holds up a certain goal, and I'm constantly frustrated because you're never going to match up to that high standard, high level. And besides which, it squeezes out a lot of the quality of life because it's the drivenness of the ambition to achieve that is not a very happy state.
Right, and makes you tense.
Tense, there's stress and tension all around it.
That's right. And when you are stressed and tense, you're not available to be loving. So what about the person who's out there night and day, trying to solve the problem of the coronavirus vaccine? Are they doing it out of love of humanity? Well, if you are that person, I ask you to look in your own heart and ask yourself if there is any ambition in there. Something you are putting before your needs, something that you're putting before the needs of others. Is it really all coming from love, from caring, or is it coming from something else? So, you know, we all need, if we're going to be functioning in a good way, we need to be nurtured ourselves. And ambition does not nurture us.
Yeah, instead of working night and day, why not consider appropriate self-care, self-love? If you love yourself enough, you'll take care of yourself, and once again, not let the ambition deprive you of meeting your needs.
And in addition to that, because I agree with that, when you're exercising that self-care and you are having love experiences with people and you start to get nurtured, you're more relaxed. You're more likely to get a great idea. I don't know about you, but boy, when I get on a track, sometimes I can't even think. You know, I'm not thinking straight. I'm not getting the rest, the recuperation, the regeneration that I need. Now, our society really feeds ambition. It makes us think that ambition is a good thing. Oh, George, I love him, but I don't want him because he's not ambitious, right? And because he's not ambitious, we're not going to have any money, and well, maybe George becomes ambitious. He becomes a famous doctor. He's never home. So what have you gained? What have you lost? You know, if you look at that, it's not such a good thing if you're on the other side of that. You know, people who, oh, and then I have to go to this conference and I have to deliver this paper. and that I've got to speak here and I have to speak there, and and I'm very important. I'm an important person. Everybody knows that I'm an important person. What happened to the love? I mean, a lot of people start out life like in the medical profession or in the therapeutic profession or in many other professions. They start out life caring, loving, and wanting to help. But not only can you get caught up in paperwork and bureaucracy and all of that, but you can get caught up in ambition. Ambition feeds the ego. The ego doesn't like love, because love gets in the way of pursuing the egoic agenda. Ambition, love gets in the way of fulfilling the egoic agenda. It makes you stop. It makes you feel how you feel, feel how the people around you feel. So I can say that I honestly do not believe that ambition and love can go together. I believe that dedication and love can go together, that deep caring for others and love can go together, and we can ask for that inner wisdom to guide us as to when we're supposed to be working and what we're supposed to be doing. And that's a really, really, really good thing. But that's not the same thing as ambition. So, we see it in politicians, we see it in the corporate structure where people are ambitious and they will sell themselves out and they will sell out everybody. I'm going to give you an example which I hope will make you laugh. I was working for the Occidental Petroleum Corporation, big oil company. Oh, I don't remember when, 35, 40 years ago, I don't remember. And because I became self-employed in 1983. And there were so many people who were trying to impress the chairman, the president, Dr. Armand Hammer. And he would be on a plane. He'd be out there at 2, 3 in the morning, anytime, because maybe in Russia it was 2 in the afternoon. I don't know, but it was like that. And he would get on the phone and he would call all these people, and he would ask them for information. He would wake them up out of a dead sleep. And I never heard of anybody who said, "Don't call me, Dr. Hammer." Now, maybe there were people like that, but I didn't see it because the people that I saw were ambitious. They wanted to impress him. They wanted him to know that they were on his side, and they let him treat them like garbage. And so not only did their ambition hurt them, hurt their sleep, hurt their families, but it just made them into patsies, victims of their own ambition, where they didn't truly take care of themselves or anyone else, and it made them extremely weak.
Lamb says, ambition feeds the ego. I think that's true.
And
Vino waves hi. Hi, Vino.
Hi, Vino. It's so good to see you. So think about it for yourself. In the midst of the coronavirus, many of us are upset because our ambitions have been thwarted. If you don't know what thwarted means something is getting in the way of our ambition. Oh, I was going to go out and play all these concerts and now I can't. Oh, I was going to do this for my career and now I can't. I can't do any of those things because I can't go to work, I can't go and perform and so on. And instead it's giving me more time for introspection. And for those of us who do have more time for introspection, it's a good time to think about our values and ask ourselves if when this is all over, we want to go back to the ambition we used to have, or if we really want to have a more creative and nurturing environment. And I send again my love, and sweet baby James sends his love to all of you out there who are suffering because you're being thwarted from your ambition, but you also don't have love. And see if you can develop a relationship with something, a puppy, a bird outside the window, the tree that you can see. Feel whether or not you can cultivate relationships with those you can, and call the people that you love. So I think that's all I should be saying for tonight.
Yeah.
And so come back Wednesday, every Wednesday and Monday.
We have one more comment from Ilan.
Yes.
I could use a little ambition to clean up my house.
Ha! No, don't do it out of ambition, honey. Do it out of self-love. We don't, very good point. We don't need ambition to accomplish things. We just need self-love, the love of the people that we're helping, the love of order in our home, the love of the nurturing that we give ourselves when our homes are cleaned up.
Very good.
So,
And Judith says, love to you too. Good health too.
good health to you, good health to everybody.
Thank you, Judith.
Let's do
Good.
the best we
All to you.
can. Let's all learn what we can during this time. And we will see you Wednesday, 6:30 Pacific time, or anytime afterwards. And you can always put in a comment later. And also, don't forget, I play the piano, Dreams of Peace, every Thursday night at 7 p.m.
Ilan sends a big heart of love.
Thank you, guys. We love you, and so
Yeah.
does Evie the puppy.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Love to you all.